I'm Monica Varman. I am the editor-in-chief of Consilience, which is a journal of sustainable development on campus here for the year 2010-2011. Consilience is an online journal devoted to publishing scholarly articles on sustainable development.
And I'm Vignhnesh Subramanyan. I'm the lead senior editor in Consilience, which means I help Monica manage the editorial operations in the journal, and it is an incredibly exciting place to work.
Well, Consilience is exclusively online, and that is in keeping with our policy. Well, we are about the environment and about sustainability, so that feeds very easily into our practice of not printing hard copies of our publication except for marketing purposes. We also strive to be very global and very accessible from all parts of the world and to anyone who wishes to access our content, which again feeds into our being exclusively online. Consilience is completely open access and has always been since its founding in 2007. The primary goal with which we set up Consilience was to foster open dialogue between people who are in the field and in academia, whether they're students or researchers or professors. And in order to foster this dialogue and to make sure that there aren't sort of red tape barriers to making the back and forth go really smoothly, I think open access really feeds into that policy and that philosophy. We've never considered going any other way, just because we're very much about making content and knowledge available to everyone and informing people and giving them a platform on which to express their opinion.
The field of sustainable development, more than that, is very interdisciplinary, and you need a common platform where people from various different disciplines can have a dialogue. And so whether you've got someone from economics or sociology or ecology or environmental biology, you need a forum where all of them can meet, and the best forum for that is something that's open access, that all of them can have access to, regardless of their affiliation, of their institution, of their discipline.
Our authors are from many countries. We've had authors from almost every continent. We strive to have uniform distribution globally and geographically, and also to incorporate both students and academics, and also have people who are working practically in the field. So we have an entire section on field notes for people who are, say, working in the Millennium Villages for a year, who might have an advanced degree, but are not necessarily working on the theoretical aspect, but are on the ground. So we strive to incorporate both the theoretical academic aspects and the practical empirical aspects of sustainable development. At Consilience, open access does not mean we compromise on quality. We work we have an editorial board of undergraduate and graduate students, and we work through 3 rounds of editing every time. The first round is just to vet an article to see whether it's interdisciplinary enough for our journal, because we not only look for quality, but also the interdisciplinary aspect of the piece. Following that, we look at the structure and organization of the piece, and finally we look at things like copy editing and the flow of the piece. And not only do we also have a corresponding board made up of graduate students at SIPA and the journalism school, and they help us with any either technical questions we have along the way or in our final vetting. We also have a faculty board, and their review enables us to call ourselves a peer review journal. And so through these multiple steps, we make sure that even though we at sometimes may be ill-equipped to judge, say, a professor's paper, we have enough support and enough resources at Columbia to support our work. We migrated to open journal systems to facilitate the process of receiving submissions and passing them through the editorial process. So again, it is very much in keeping with our practice of wanting to have as many people have access to us as possible. So people can go to our website and input their piece, and they don't necessarily have to go through the email back and forth before or after. So it's very much in keeping with our policy of having everyone be able to have their voice heard and have their piece submitted to us. It also helps us internally and administratively, and so we can keep track of the pieces where they are in the process. And we often have situations in which our editors are studying abroad, or over the summer everyone's scattered all over the world, and the Open Journal Systems platform enables us to sort of congregate in this space and enables the editor-in-chief and the lead senior editor to keep track of where the pieces are in the review process. We receive money from the Intergoverning Board at Columbia, which is a governing board for student groups that have students from multiple schools within campus. We receive our funding from them. We receive an annual budget, and as of now, we have not looked for outside grants or sources of cost, because being an online journal, we have fairly minimal costs. Our main expenses are events and marketing. So in the future, it is possible that we would look for outside sources, but so far our status as an open access journal has never affected our ability to be sustainable. The fact that we are online and the fact that we have just, I guess, managed our budget for marketing fairly efficiently has helped us be completely sustainable.